Archangel Michael says, they didn't knock on your door first. They didn't even bother to drop hints or act hesitant. They just went behind your back like a shadow crawling under the floorboards of your life. This started as a whisper. Someone you thought was harmless began gathering information about something sacred to you, your land, your inheritance, your future. Now they've walked into a law office, signed their name, and smiled as if it already belongs to them. They think you're asleep. They believe your spirit is too tired to fight or sense this betrayal. But what they don't know is that heaven has already dispatched protection on your behalf. That property holds more than financial worth, it's spiritual. You bled there, prayed there, laughed there, survived there. And the ones stealing it isn't just targeting land, they're targeting your soul. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There is a man with silver on his wrist and lies in his eyes. He sat with a lawyer last Thursday, waving documents that never belonged to him. He's not alone, there's a woman standing behind him, encouraging him with every dishonest breath. This is deeper than envy. They are trying to erase your name from something heaven already stamped with divine approval. They are attempting to shift boundaries, forge deals, and trick judges into sealing your loss. You felt the disturbance recently. It came as a strange dream, a nudge in your chest, a sudden fear you couldn't explain. That wasn't paranoia, it was divine alert. The lawyer knows something doesn't feel right. But the money offered was enough to silence questions. They are moving fast, and they think no one is watching. Type Amen to get blessing 741. They've tried to fabricate false ownership papers. They used old signatures and manipulated titles. But even a forged seal cannot override what is destined for you. Archangel Michael says, their hands may hold stolen ink, but heaven holds your name. And your name cannot be replaced in spiritual documents. It is carved where no thief can touch. This is not the first time you've been stolen from. But this time, the universe refuses to be quiet. It is rallying the wind, the night, and even strangers to expose what they are doing. You're not crazy for feeling a sudden urge to check old paperwork, or for having the urge to return to a place you haven't visited in years. That's not coincidence, it's divine warning. Type Amen to get blessing 219. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The man pretending to own your land has debts of his own. He's desperate, cornered, and willing to burn bridges to create fake stability. But he chose the wrong soul to steal from. His partner is a woman who knows too much about you. She smiles in front of others but stalks your life in secret. She's the one who told him how to proceed. They know the history of that land, how your father planted trees there, how your mother cried over that soil. They think they can remove legacy with a legal stamp. But spiritual law doesn't operate under the weight of lies. Everything hidden will be exposed like rot under light. And the person you're about to meet is carrying information that can unravel their entire plan. Type Amen to get blessing 582. Soon, there will be a delay in their process. A call won't go through. A lawyer will suddenly change their tone. They will sense that something is off, but by then, heaven will already be in motion. There's a witness who saw them meeting secretly in a parking lot. That witness is about to come forward, not out of loyalty, but out of guilt. That guilt will become your shield. They've used forged dates and backdated agreements. They even offered a bribe to a clerk who knows how to twist documents. But their plan is full of holes, and each one is about to leak truth. Your ancestors are watching. They are not silent. Their spirits walk on that land, and their tears still water the roots of that soil. Type Amen to get blessing 167. You are going to receive a mysterious message soon. It may come from someone you haven't heard from in years, an old neighbor, a distant relative, or even a stranger who suddenly knows your name. That message will carry confirmation that your suspicion was never wrong. Archangel Michael says, even if courts are blinded by greed, the divine court has already ruled in your favor. What they are trying to steal has been marked as untouchable. Someone is monitoring your movements right now. They are checking if you're too busy, too distracted, or too overwhelmed to notice. But your silence is not weakness, it's strategy. They are not prepared for what is coming. You are about to surprise them by showing up with more power than they ever imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 954. The lawyer who accepted their case will soon feel uneasy. Documents that looked perfect will begin to look suspicious. A second opinion will be requested, and that's when their lie will start to bleed. You are not meant to lose what belongs to you. This is a spiritual ambush against those who think money and manipulation can win over legacy. The land remembers you. The trees, the soil, the very winds that blow across it know your name. They reject the energy of thieves. They are fighting for you in ways you cannot see. Even if they bring 10 more lawyers, nothing formed in deception can stand when truth begins to rise. And it will rise, through one phone call that changes everything. Type Amen to get blessing 826. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The documents they've hidden will accidentally be leaked. Someone close to them will have second thoughts and make a copy. That copy will find its way to you. This isn't just about property, it's about position. It's about keeping you in the place God chose for you. And the enemy knows if you stay there, your power will rise. They want to displace you before your next elevation. But heaven isn't letting them. You are not defenseless, you are divinely armed. There is a time and hour assigned for exposure. And it is approaching faster than they can predict. Type Amen to get blessing 304. They'll try to reach out and pretend it was a misunderstanding. They may even ask to discuss things calmly. That's because their house of lies is already on fire. You will not have to beg or plead. The truth will carry itself into the years that matter. And your silence will be more powerful than their noise. Even people who doubted you will start to see what's been happening behind closed doors. Someone you thought sided with them will soon stand beside you instead. It's already written that you are the rightful owner. What they thought they could erase will be restored in full. Type Amen to get blessing 667. You've been feeling a strange tightness in your chest lately. That's the spiritual pressure of war being waged in silence. Your soul is preparing for justice. Do not ignore your instincts. They are not wrong. They are heaven's voice wrapped in whispers. This war will not be won in court, it will be won in spirit first. Then, the court will have no choice but to mirror divine judgment. A signature made in secret will become their downfall. Because they signed away something that never belonged to them. Type Amen to get blessing 118. The woman who encouraged this theft is about to have a breakdown. Not because of guilt, but because the pressure of truth will be too loud. She cannot keep up the lie much longer. They're both being watched now. Not just spiritually, but legally. Someone has already opened a case without you knowing. The tide is turning. The fire they set is now surrounding them. And the land they tried to take will turn to sand beneath their feet. Archangel Michael says, you have been chosen to reclaim more than just what was stolen. You're about to step into a generational upgrade. Type Amen to get blessing 500. Stay calm, but stay alert. You are about to receive a document in the mail, a document that confirms everything you've felt. That is your moment to act. Do not respond in rage. Respond in divine power. The truth will stand taller than threats. You will be offered money to drop the matter. That's how desperate they are. But no amount of money can match the value of what is truly yours. Your name is rising. Your presence is returning. And no shadow can cover you anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 842. Now is not the time to doubt. Now is the time to watch everything turn. You are surrounded by divine eyes, and even your silence speaks louder than their lies. The land, the home, the inheritance, they carry your vibration. They belong to your blood. They will not be taken. They underestimated your resilience. But they are about to see a side of you they never imagined. A spiritual warrior cloaked in quiet grace. They tried to erase your legacy. But God is restoring it, 10 times stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 297. This is your confirmation. This is your warning. This is your awakening. They stole the wrong thing from the wrong person. And now, the gates of justice are opening. Not slowly, but with force. Every secret meeting, every false agreement, every whispered plot is about to come undone. One thread will unravel the entire web. You are protected. You are favored. And your feet shall return to the land that belongs to your name. Type Amen to get blessing 911. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They had a timeline. They believed they could complete the theft before the end of the month. But a divine delay has been inserted into their schedule. The judge who would have handled their documents just called in sick. The replacement is someone connected to your story in ways even you don't fully understand. That replacement will feel something spiritual the moment they touch the case file. You won't need to argue. You won't even need to be present when the first wave of reversals begins. You only need to stay spiritually awake and emotionally steady. The protection on your name is no longer silent, it is moving. It is shaking doors in offices you've never entered. It is waking people up in the middle of the night to speak your truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1222. They don't know how many people are now watching them. They don't know their phone conversations have been flagged. They don't know the lawyer they trusted is starting to doubt everything. You're going to find out something shocking. One of the signatures they forged belongs to someone who passed away. That alone is enough to collapse the entire foundation of their theft. But instead of backing down, they'll panic and try to change the plan. That panic will make them slip up. It will lead them to make one more mistake. And that last mistake is going to expose them completely. With names, faces, locations, and motives. Type Amen to get blessing 1366. You've been feeling drained lately because your spirit has been fighting without words. Your sleep has been disturbed. Your appetite has changed. That's because you've been in the middle of a spiritual courtroom. But that trial is almost over, and the verdict is being written in your favor. Don't be surprised when people you never spoke to start approaching you with sympathy or strange confessions. The truth is waking up even those who were neutral. The person who laughed about stealing what's yours is about to choke on that laughter. Because divine recompense is not only fair, it's fierce. Type Amen to get blessing 1704. The air will feel lighter soon. A burden will lift suddenly, like someone removing chains you forgot you were wearing. That's how you'll know the final blow has landed on your enemy's plan. They will lose money. They will lose sleep. They will lose every ounce of false control they believed they had. Meanwhile, your name will rise in places you didn't plant it. Doors will open without knocking. Because this battle was never just about property, it was about elevation. God is preparing to place you in a position so high, even those who tried to steal from you will have to look up to find you. Type Amen to get blessing 1888. And when you return to that land, when your feet touch it again, the atmosphere will shift. You'll feel peace. You'll feel the welcome of ancestors who knew you would make it back. No one will ever again be able to take what belongs to you. The attempt alone will be cursed. The moment someone tries, they will meet supernatural resistance. This is why you were delayed. This is why you were held back, confused, and tested. Because the land had to be cleansed before your rightful return. You're not just walking back into ownership. You're walking into a new era. Type Amen to get blessing 2055. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Every person who said, "Just let it go," will soon understand why you couldn't. They will see the magnitude of what was at stake. And they will weep in awe at how you stood firm. The very lawyer who tried to sign away your future will be caught in a legal trap of their own. Their name will be connected to scandal. Their practice will suffer. Meanwhile, your name will be whispered in reverence. Not for what you fought with, but for what you stood for. You are reclaiming legacy. You are restoring honor. You are rising with authority. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. Nothing they said behind your back will matter when God announces your return. Their laughter will turn into confusion. Their plans will melt into smoke. You may not have had the money. You may not have had the connections. But you had divine favor, and that outweighs every resource. Your victory won't be private. It will be loud. It will be public. It will be undeniable. And the very land they tried to steal will carry your story in its roots forever. Type Amen to get blessing 2389. You'll begin to see signs this week. A shift in communication. A message from someone who once remained quiet. That message will confirm their collapse. It will mark the beginning of your public restoration. Archangel Michael says, what was done in the dark is now being dragged into divine light. And nothing hidden will be left untouched. This moment isn't just justice, it's prophecy fulfilled. You were never meant to lose. Type Amen to get blessing 2557. They tried to bury the truth, but instead, they planted a seed. And now that seed is growing into something no one expected, an unstoppable wave of exposure. Their hands are shaking, their voices trembling, because they know, time has run out. They thought they could lie their way into possession. But possession gained through deception always collapses. The weight of their secrets is too heavy now, and it's cracking the very foundation of their scheme. You're going to witness their walls crumble, one lie at a time. What once looked like a solid plan is now falling apart in pieces they can't gather fast enough. And the more they try to repair it, the more evidence surfaces. Their own words will betray them. Recordings. Text messages. Emails. Everything they thought was hidden will turn into loud confessions on public ground. Type Amen to get blessing 2666. There is a folder sitting on someone's desk right now. That folder was supposed to be closed and ignored. But something supernatural is drawing eyes to it. That someone will read your name and feel a chill they can't explain. That chill will lead them to research further, and they will find the truth that was meant to be destroyed. You won't even have to reach out. They will come to you. With questions. With apologies. With proof in their hands. You'll be stunned by the names involved. People you trusted. People you never suspected. But the betrayal will only make your victory more thunderous. Type Amen to get blessing 2717. The property has a soul. It remembers your footsteps. It remembers your prayers. And it has been calling you back. In dreams. In memories. In strange coincidences that pull your heart toward that land. You are going to stand there again, not as a visitor, but as the rightful owner. And the atmosphere itself will rejoice. The wind will change. The birds will sing differently. Because restoration is not coming, it has already begun. Type Amen to get blessing 2901. Someone who laughed and they thought you were defeated will soon cry when they realize you're returning. Not just physically, but spiritually. Stronger. Bolder. Untouchable. Even now, they are pacing the floor. Something deep in their gut is uneasy. That's the truth knocking, and it won't stop until the door flies open. They are going to attempt one last move, a final trick to keep control. But heaven is already standing there, waiting. And the moment they act, divine judgment will be released. They will not see it coming. But they will feel every piece of it, clearly, painfully, and publicly. Type Amen to get blessing 3022. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The phone call you're going to receive will start calmly. But it will end with tears, because the person on the other end will finally tell you everything. The whole conspiracy, from the beginning. They thought you were weak. They thought you'd give up. But your silence was strategy. And your stillness was preparation. Now you rise, not in bitterness, but in undeniable power. And the doors that were slammed in your face will swing wide open. Every delay was protection. Every tear was planting. Every setback was a setup for this divine moment. Type Amen to get blessing 3109. The fake owner will soon disappear. Their name will vanish from the case. They will try to walk away quietly, hoping to avoid shame. But truth won't allow them to hide. There will be public record. News will travel. And those who doubted you will be forced to rethink every word they ever said about you. The silence around you has been sacred. But now it's time for the roar of justice. And the roar is already echoing into places you haven't reached yet, but you will. Type Amen to get blessing 3233. Someone who once ignored your call will now be calling you back non-stop. They will beg to talk things through. But this time, you won't need to negotiate. This is no longer about conversation. It's about restoration. What they tried to take was rooted too deeply to be uprooted. And now, every person who aligned themselves with the theft will face consequences, even the ones who only stood by and watched. You are not just reclaiming property, you are reclaiming dignity, legacy, and spiritual authority. Type Amen to get blessing 3378. There's a letter being printed with your name on it. That letter will bring final confirmation. Not just of your victory, but of their full collapse. Archangel Michael says, the last signature they forged is the same one that will unlock your greatest comeback. They tried to use your name to erase you. But they only made your name louder. This was never just a battle for land. It was a battle for voice, presence, and inheritance. And heaven decided long ago that your bloodline would not be robbed again. You are the first in your lineage to stop this pattern. And you've just won a war that started generations ago. Type Amen to get blessing 3492. When you walk onto that land again, something divine will shift. You'll feel it in your chest, like the release of years of heaviness. That is the feeling of justice. They'll watch from a distance, unable to speak. Every lie they told will taste bitter in their own mouths. You will no longer feel like a victim. You'll feel like a giant standing on holy ground. Because you didn't fight alone, heaven fought for you. And now, everything is falling into place. Not randomly. Not by chance. But by divine design. Type Amen to get blessing 3620. The money they gained from this attempt will turn to loss. Deals they made behind your back will start to crumble. Partnerships will fall apart. They'll blame each other. They'll argue. But none of it will matter, because the truth has already spoken. You're not just being restored. You're being elevated. Your name is being whispered in rooms that were once closed to you. And soon, you'll be standing in front of people who never thought they'd see you win. And you'll smile, not in revenge, but in revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 3741. No one saw this coming. Not even you. You just followed the quiet promptings of your spirit. And now you're arriving at a moment bigger than you imagined. You are going to sleep better soon. Your body will feel lighter. Because the war has ended, and the inheritance is yours again. Their legal strategies have failed. Their signatures mean nothing now. Their silence will scream louder than any apology. You've crossed into a season of permanent protection. And from now on, what is yours cannot be stolen again. Type Amen to get blessing 3885. Take this message as confirmation. Your name is being written in gold. What they tried to bury you under is becoming the very thing that lifts you. You were chosen to survive this storm, not just for yourself, but for those who will come after you. You've broken the chain. Now, the property is no longer a battle, it's a throne. And you are rising to sit in your rightful place. Let the earth remember your footsteps. Let your name echo across the land. Because you are the one who could not be erased. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.